feel like I'm on the dating game.
Well, is this Ralph?
Yes, Ralph.
Ralph, how are you? Welcome back to the Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast. Ralph was one of our first podcast guest.
Yes.
So we're happy to have
Ralph?
him.
Hey, Ralph, by the way, Tommy's here too. Paul likes to ignore me and pretend I don't exist. But I'm here.
How are you doing, Tommy?
I'm all right, man. Thank you.
I still have to cue him up to say hello. That hasn't changed.
Well, no, because you like hearing the sound of your own dang voice, so you're like, oh, I'll just keep talk. So, but anyway, what's going on, Ralph? How you doing?
It's a good story here. Why we have Ralph.
Paul. Shh. I was talking.
I guess you just like hearing.
Well, the same. It's still the same format. We're still bringing happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. So
Yes.
that's the same.
Absolutely.
But we've had over 2,000 downloads to the show, and so
Wow.
we grew quite a bit. And we do when I say we, I mean me.
See, there he goes again.
I try to keep in, I always watch people who contact us or have been on the show, and I noticed that, Ralph, you've always kept a link to your podcast, and I thought, we gotta have Ralph on the show. That is something special.
Yeah.
And we certainly appreciate
you. Have
you.
to hear the story, you know?
I love that. When I saw that, I was like, dude, we have to have Ralph back on the show. And not only that, and so
Are you like going to the restroom? Because that's what I'm hearing over there.
I also saw. I was like, let's check on Ralph's
Oh,
brother.
I am in my garage. I'm trying to get ready.
No, not you. I was telling Paul he was pouring his beer. He was pouring his beer like right in front of the microphone. I'm like, dude, it sounds like he's in the restroom. I'm like,
I ran out of beer. I apologize. I needed to keep drinking. But I did run. Okay, so where I was going with that when Tommy interrupted was,
Sorry.
I was like, well, let's check on his brother Francisco. Let's see what he's up to. And Francisco is he has quite a few posts promoting mystery, and I was like, Francisco, there's no mention or hashtags of Outsider at all. Like, we don't care if you bought other boxes. It's totally fine. We got love for everybody fishing on the fishing pond.
Yeah.
There's more than enough room for everybody.
I know that was his first box, and then he used my link when I first started ordering Outsider.
Yeah.
So he over for a little while. I honestly don't know what he's getting now. I stopped getting. I have too much tackle. I mean, I know there's no such thing, but.
You could stop it. I mean, I just thought it would be funny because we could poke fun at Francisco. Here's what happens, Francisco, when you don't mention Outsider Tackle Box. Like, we're not going to call you. Even though we will. We will, but it was like, we called your brother first because he had a link to our show.
Even though I actually personally met Francisco. I actually ran into him in the park back in...
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like October.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sweeten the deal because Francisco did not mention us at all. Even though he took a picture with Tommy, we are going to send Ralph some free stuff. And not Francisco, because Ralph had his link to our podcast since he's been on it.
Yeah.
And your brother just forgot it. We're like the redheaded stepchild, maybe that.
We are the redheaded stepchild.
That you forget about that girlfriend. You just, you had fun with her and you just left her alone. Like, we went on one
Paul,
date.
did you just compare yourself to like a girlfriend that was left in the dust?
I did.
It's like, I feel like that girlfriend that you never called back, but you said you were going to.
Yes.
Weirdo.
It was like a great first date.
You're so lame, dude.
It's for the show, Tommy. Come on, that's funny.
Well, it is funny, but no. I do feel like we are the redheaded stepchildren of the subscription box world, which is totally cool with me.
Oh, we're outsiders.
Yeah, we're a bunch of outsiders. We're a bunch of idiots. I mean, for us two, we're a couple of idiots with microphones that they actually let us purchase them, and now we're on the internet. We're like,
well, you're an idiot.
Absolutely.
I'm cool.
You're the girlfriend that I never called back. So anyway.
Ralph actually did send in a fish photo. So
I got it right here. Bam.
It was kind of difficult picking a photo. It was it was kind of a rough winter.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten out of my comfort zone, and I started throwing big baits, swim baits, glide baits.
Yeah.
Going, trying to target the bigger fish. So it was a little bit rough. I didn't have as many catches as I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys,
I still haven't caught a fish, so you're way ahead of me.
Yeah,
I almost caught a fish. It got close to it was on the line.
I saw it. It was there.
Like it was there, but it never really made it.
It blew him a kiss and then took off.
He was like, ha type of deal.
It was like, you know what? You're that girlfriend I'm never going to call back again. Bye.
Usually happens to me.
God, you must have some deep issues then. You're like, it always happens to me.
Well, luckily, my wife, she's stuck with me, so we have kids.
The problem was that she just didn't take the exit when it was there.
She could have. Yeah.
And she was like, damn, I should have left when I had the chance.
It's like, it's hard to leave. Like, I'm never really here. I'm usually fishing, so, it's like...
It's hard to leave.
It's like, well, I don't really have to see him much. This is great.
So it works out for her. She's like, I can say I have a husband, I just don't see him.
Yeah.
Which is probably better for her. Because I unfortunately have to see you.
So yeah, that's a great looking bass in the photo.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome. Now, Ralph, you're up in Northern California, right?
Yes, I am in Elk Grove. It's about 10 minutes from Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, I live about 2 blocks from a private lake. So I live in the community with the lake, with 4 lakes actually. And I actually work for the association, and we do maintenance on those lakes.
Nice.
Oh, so you got some insider knowledge.
Oh yeah, because we harvest the weed, and we are out there on the water. I know where the weed lines are. I know where I know where the fish are here.
Yeah. See, he's on it. See, that's a smart career choice right there. He's like, well, I'm an angler. I love to fish. I know what I'll be. I'll be a lake maintenance, like I'll be in that. Like, so this way I know where everything is. That's smart.
You had me laughing quite a bit with when I went to look at your profile. Ralph has on there, he's CEO of Always Looking Good or something like that. He's like, it's the CEO of Looking Good.
Wait, you know what though?
He's CEO of Looking Good at all times, and I wish I had that. Like, on my
that
profile.
You look good. Maybe your people wouldn't leave you at the.
I'm CEO.
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't leave you.
Yeah, if you were looking good, maybe they wouldn't leave you and call you back.
I just wanna have somebody read that, like, CEO of Looking Good all the time. That's hilarious.
But see, the thing is if they read that and then they looked at your profile, they're like, liar. I'm CEO of Looking Good. No, you ain't. I'm the CEO of Looking Like a Monkey's Butt.
That's why it's funny.
That's why it's funny. It's funny because I'm ugly. Ha ha ha. I'm as homely as a mule's ass. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. We'll have to edit that out later because apparently I can't say things.
We're gonna edit that whole that short Tommy monologue. I'm surprised you took like that many words together for that segment.
It took a lot. It took a lot from me, but the coffee helped because that's my second cup. So.
Oh, no beer, huh?
Well, I know I got beer too. I'm drinking beer, and I've already had. I've already got a couple cups of coffee in me, and now I'm drinking beer. So I won't shut up.
Yeah. We kind of stumbled through the fish story, although we kind of said, but what kind of bait were you using to catch that fish?
Which picture? The one where I'm holding the fish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, actually, I used headbanger lures. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of those yet.
Yeah, they're a hard bait on the front end and a softer one on the back, like a little swim bait paddle. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Have we used those?
What's that? No, we haven't.
No,
but I know exactly what they are.
Okay, well, why don't you call the supplier on that? So
hold on.
If Ralph is using
Ralph is getting a first-hand experience of how Paul treats me. He's like, "Have we called that one yet?" And I'm like, "No, we haven't talked to him yet." You should do that. Gosh, no wonder nobody calls you back.
Tommy's in charge of purchasing.
Yeah, no wonder nobody calls you.
Yeah, see, Ralph agrees. What? No wonder nobody calls you back. You bossy.
They always do that to me. Like Felix will say the
You're like
same
a
thing.
bossy girlfriend.
If I ask anything related to business, Felix will be like, "That's why nobody likes you."
Is he wrong?
It's like you can't ask. Like, why is it
See,
not
wait.
okay? Like,
didn't we go through this yesterday? Real quick, Ralph. Sorry, I know it's your podcast, but didn't we go through this yesterday? There's a dot in the middle, and then there's 4 other dots, and each one of those other dots has a bad day.
Put that on Ralph's podcast. We'll talk about it after.
But I'm just saying, each one of those dots has a bad day.
Okay, so 3 people yelled at me yesterday, Ralph, and so Tommy was like, "Okay, if we're drawing a circle and you're in the middle." Like if 3 people are yelling at you, shouldn't you look at yourself?
Like, shouldn't it be the person
Aren't
in the
you
middle?
The problem? So, all right. So let's
anyway.
Ralph sent in 2 pictures, I believe, right?
Yeah. I think the other one was Huddleston fish. That was in probably about December, and slow dragging a big hug. So it was. Like I said, it's been rough with the wintertime was rough. I bass fish year round, and but it's now it's picking up. It's a big difference, and it's like I said, it's throwing the bigger baits. I'm used to having a lot of fish, and catching a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now you go and you throw big baits, and it's maybe 1 fish, maybe a couple bites.
Yeah. Well, once it starts warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts messing with your head a little bit sometimes, and then it's so it's taken me a little bit longer to catch, but I'm catching.
Yeah. No, but I mean, look at it this way. It could always be worse. You can be like Paul and not catch a fish yet. So.
But not catching. Yeah.
See, there you go. See?
Okay. Sure.
But no, sure. But no, once it warms up and they start, protecting their beds and everything like that, it'll be a lot easier to start catching those big guys again.
Oh yeah, that's what's happening again now, and it's I usually go out even at least for 30 minutes every day if I don't have much time. I at least go out and I'll probably be out most of the day today fishing.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I wish I had 30 minutes a day to go fishing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, usually I'm working 2 jobs right now, so in between jobs I go and make some casts.
Drop a line. That's kind of cool. Cool. But so then, are you
usually
going to be?
That's when I have the best luck.
I was going to ask, are you planning on hitting up Sierra time at the end of the month?
Ralph understands the struggle. He's a hustler like me. I'm pretty much I carry the show, and I run the store, and then I try to ask Tommy to do purchasing because he has a pretty cool bait in the picture, and I'm like, why haven't we? If Ralph is using something like that, he's a fisherman. We need to be contacting that supplier, but all I get is
those I got those. They were at the ISD show, the International Sportsman Expo.
Okay.
And they had a booth there, and I went, and there's a lot of local pros out here that luckily I've gotten the chance to meet, and they were talking about it, and I thought, well, it's just something that they're trying to promote and trying to get out there, it took me a couple of months, but they catch fish. They're the way swim is really erratic, and
they basically just combined the two. I mean, there's a couple other baits that do very similar, but yeah, those they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Have like a swivel. It's the swivel head in the front.
Yeah.
And then it's a hard and soft bait, and it's just
it gives it a funkier action, like a more it's not so much like a soft bait, and it's not so much a hard bait. It's really both. So I mean, I've seen this.
They are suspending. They have a suspending and a sinking. And that's the good thing. I mean, you cast it out and you let it sit.
Yeah.
I went 3 days ago. I went and my buddy was using one. I said, he cast it out and he was adjusting his reel, and setting the drag, and he got a hit just from it sitting there.
Just from it sitting there, yeah.
And it was really nice.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can go ahead, cast it out, give it a good 5 count, and then kind of retrieve it, let it sit a little bit, that kind of thing. And they'll hit it. They get angry, especially around the time when, like I said, when they have their when they're out and about and it's warmer and they're protecting their beds and everything like that. That's when you'll see them. So yeah.
So they've worked. They've been good. I've usually been throwing bigger baits now. That's after casting a big big glide bait for and hurting my arms most of the time, then I switch over real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It always feels like you're gonna break the line, even though you have enough pound test on there, but it's like a giant swim bait, or it's like this feels it's too big for this area.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a buddy, and we had a suspending bait, and it was like, I forgot what it was called, the name of it, but he's like, I don't think this is gonna work for anywhere that I fish. And I'm like, just try it, dude. I know it's a huge bait, but the bass are gonna hit it.
Yep.
Sure enough, he sent us in a photo. He's like, dude, I love it. I lost both of those baits. Do you have any more? And I was like, actually, we sold out, but
we'll get you something.
We'll get you something different.
Yeah.
So
but no,
it's a great bait.
What was that?
It could get intimidating throwing a big bait. I throw some that are 10 ounces.
Oh yeah. I mean, it does get intimidating, but when it actually does work, I mean, it's exciting because you're like, I can't believe they hit that. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Sometimes people will say like, what you put in this month's box is too big for anywhere I fish. I fish local ponds, and I'm just like, it's perfect for a local pond. Just throw it, and then they're gonna hit that. Just try it.
It's too big for the box. That's what she said. But
yep. And then it's kind of difficult when you're throwing a big bait, and then you see somebody catch a bigger fish than you on plastics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No plastic catch. I'm used to catching on finesse stuff, and it's but it's I want to work at my fish and try to I'm targeting the bigger ones, but still it's
Well, I mean, when you catch as many fish as you do, you want to kind of make you want to make it a little bit harder for yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's been days that Buddy and I have gone out here and we've caught 30 fish, 29, 30, 35 fish.
Wow.
I mean, we know.
Paul's still waiting for one.
Well, we're still waiting for one. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul's still waiting for one fish to land.
We have to
Tommy, let's let the CEO of Always Looking Good talk, please.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
I'm listening. He catches more fish than both of us combined.
I may have to apply for a job with the Always Looking Good company. Maybe I could be VP.
Always Looking Good. Vice president of Looking Good at all times.
Yeah, you're going to be the janitor, Tommy.
Probably.
We have good lakes out here. I'm close to a lot of the mother lode lakes out here. We got Comanche, we got New Melones, Clear Lake. We got a lot of good lakes out here.
Nice.
Yeah, you definitely moved to an area for that. It's good for fishing, which is great.
You're previously from the Orange County, LA area, right? So
I'm from the city of Orange. Born in Santa. I was, raised in Orange.
Wait. You were born in where?
Santa Ana.
My brother. That's where I was born and raised, man.
Born and raised in Santa Ana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was born and raised. Right in Ettinger.
Oh yeah. I grew up in city of Orange.
Yeah.
Growing up there, I mean, I would fish, the small ponds. I would wait for when I started fishing, I fished trout. I was a trout fisherman.
Oh yeah. Well, that's all that's really kind of around here.
Yeah. Anytime they would stock, we would drive out to Bishop every year.
Yep.
And Lake Estella, and out there, do some derbies. A lot of trout.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I caught my first bass on accident. Was on a salmon egg.
No way.
My PB was that I still haven't, beat was a 8-pound bass on a salmon egg.
You were fishing
and,
Bishop and you caught a bass? I didn't even know they had bass out there.
No, that was that
Isabella?
Canyon Lake.
Canyon Lake. Okay.
I know where Canyon Lake is.
I was trout fishing at Canyon Lake and caught a bass.
Yep.
And after I caught a bass, my first bass, that's when I started bass fishing.
What's funny is
Beautiful.
the first bass I ever caught was a total accident too. I was fishing night crawlers, fishing for trout at Laguna Niguel Lake.
Mine was Moscow Park using a Blue Fox lure for trout.
Same thing. Fishing for trout and you catch a bass.
Yeah.
And then once you see the difference, it
oh man,
I like bass fishing a lot.
They fight so hard.
Yeah, I still trout fish. It's just not as much. I just wait till they'll start planning out here, and maybe wintertime when it goes down for the bass.
Yeah.
But I bass fish year round.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I would hit all the ponds out there. I would hit, Laguna Niguel, Eisenhower.
Yeah, Eisenhower.
Yorba Regional. Laguna was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think all those. I mean, I fished all of those.
Well,
before, so.
me and Paul this past weekend we went and fished
Azusa
Canyon the past 2 weekends, and we went up there and it was awesome, man. We hit up Crystal Lake, we hit up East Fork, West Fork. I mean, and we caught fish. I mean, I caught fish.
They haven't stocked that area in years. It's all native fish.
Yeah, they haven't stocked it in
there's very few fishermen, so it's like it's wide open. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
That's nice.
So if you ever come down to visit your brother, I highly recommend going over there.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I used to like Canyon Lake before they closed it all off.
Yeah.
Now it's private. Now it's but before we used to be able to go out there and go off roading, and you take this dirt road and go back there and fish it.
Yep.
Impossible to get in there. I hear.
Yeah.
They
closed a lot of lakes around here. I mean, Irvine Lake's closed. And Irvine Lake was,
Irvine is,
that used to be a big lake. That was like a big popular lake, and they closed that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laguna Niguel's closed too. Well, it's not really closed.
You can only fish the shore, and you can't really.
You can only fish the shore, but it's like a public park lake now. It's not like how it was. So it's kind of stinks. But
yeah, I grew up hitting all the regional parks and all the lakes like that. Now out here it's kind of rare that I go to one because since we have those private lakes here.
Well, you got that big private pond that you know how to read already because you know where all the fish hide.
Oh yeah.
So why would you go to a park lake?
I just went recently. I booked a trip and did a trip at New Melones Lake.
Okay.
And there's some really big. There's some big bass, big spotted bass. It's some nice bass. Very nice.
Nice. Well, I mean, I wish you the best of luck on that trip. I mean, I hope that you catch a ton of bass and make up for the fact that it's been kind of slow.
Enjoyed having you on the show again, Ralph.
Absolutely.
And we are going to send you
a little bonus pack.
Some of our newer stuff. And make sure to post a picture so we could hashtag your brother and say, look what I got and you didn't. Like, I would love that for him to see that you got some free stuff and he didn't. And then maybe he'll send a photo in or contact us again.
Maybe we'll run into him again at Laguna.
I feel like we're the only ones talking to Francisco. We're like, hey Francisco, what's up? Like, we're just normal guys and fishing, and you're hashtagging everybody except us.
Well, maybe it's because
we're gonna send your brother free stuff, and not you.
So you mean to tell me that you're just mad at Francisco because he's another one of those guys that never called you back?
No, part of what we do here is constant contact. And
I know.
So
I've
always kept an eye on.
I'm just joking.
And I saw Ralph's.
Call me back.
I think it's just funny. It's good. It's good humor.
He's really caught some nice fish.
Oh yeah.
No, he really did. He caught it. He caught it good. Well, I would only do that to Francisco if I felt like he can take the joke.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we actually, a lot of with the people that we talk to and everything, we actually build up like a relationship or a friendship with a lot of them. And
you guys can buy whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about the joys of fishing.
Yeah, it's all about just having fun, man. I mean, that's what it is with
next
us.
Time I head out there, next time I'm out there in the Orange County area, I'll see if I can get a hold of you guys. Maybe we can go out and fish.
You can hit us up anytime, dude. We'll figure it out. I mean, we'll have Felix drive, and I'll just bring Paul for whatever reason. Maybe he can just carry stuff. He can carry the beer.
That's since he can't catch.
Because he can't catch anything.
I'm going to catch something. It's a buzz or a fish.
A buzz or
you know what he likes to do? Ralph, this is no joke. You know what he does? He brings beer with us to these like parks and like these.
I even
places.
hiked it into like a hike. We had to hike a while, like a mile to go to this lake.
He brought it with him, and then he hides it in his coffee cup, and so he looks like he's been drinking this coffee cup for like hours. He's like on his third or fourth beer. And he's
learned that from my dad. And I'm like, hey, he drinks a lot of coffee.
Oh yeah.
He's like, nah.
If you can't catch fish, that's fun.
It cracks me up because there's times where where like we're videotaping or whatever, and I actually see him, and you see him in the back corner like pouring his beer.
If you see me at a park or like a kid's party with a coffee mug, it's probably not coffee in it.
I guarantee it's not. I guarantee it. But anyway, Ralph, it's been a great time talking to you, man. We enjoy it, and
he'll be back on the show. He's one of our first guests, so
he's always welcome back. Welcome back. So
I will make sure that when I catch my double digit, I will come back on the show and talk about it.
Absolutely, or anytime in between there, because we like having you on. So, all right, Ralph. From all of us here.
All right.
Tight
have a great day.
Fish more and have a great one, man. Take care.
Thanks, Ralph.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.